Stephen A., we saw Game 4 in Cleveland. Cleveland showed up. They were dominant. They stay alive in the series. And some of the conversations changed a little bit. I firmly believe that this could still be a series. Am I wrong?
I'm not going to say that you're wrong, but it remains to be seen because Friday is not an indication of what may happen in Game 5. The Cleveland Cavaliers scored 49 points in the first quarter. That was an NBA Finals history record. They scored 86 points in the first half. That is the same. They hit 13 three-pointers in the first half. Are you anticipating that they're going to do that again? That's a rhetorical question because obviously the answer would be no. That's not something we should expect from the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's not to say that they can't win this game. Certainly they elevated their level of physicality. We all recognize that LeBron James and Kyrie Irving were absolutely terrific, along with Kevin Love. We can anticipate that those three could show up again. J.R. Smith has hit 10 three-pointers over the last two games, in games 3 and 4, so they deserve a lot of credit for that. It just shows you that if Cleveland's clicking on all cylinders, it can win another game and force a Game 6 back at Quickens Loans Arena. But the odds of that happening in the same fashion that it did in Game 4 on Friday night are slim to none as far as I'm concerned. I'm not counting on Steph Curry going 4 of 11 from the field again and just scoring 14 points, or Klay Thompson hitting 4 of 11 shots, or Kevin Durant hitting 9 of 22 shots, all because Draymond Green is really struggling from the field, hitting only 25% of his threes because they're not defending him. I'm not anticipating that is going to happen at the Oracle, which is why I don't think that we're ready yet to say that this is indeed a series.
Yeah, really a perfect storm for Cleveland the other night to avoid elimination. They have to go on the road, a much different situation and effort out of them needed on the road against Golden State. Now, we saw Draymond Green in Game 4. At one point, we thought he had the 2 technicals. Turned out he only had the 1, but we saw him get fired up again, perhaps Cleveland getting under his skin a little bit. For you, is Draymond Green too close to combustible right now?
He is a bit too close to it, and it's simply because of the way the league is officiated in this day and age. I think it's a damn shame. I don't think that he should have been ejected last year. I thought it was a bogus decision, considering the fact that it wasn't even a foul called in Game 4 last year. And ultimately, they go back and view the film and decide to assess him and LeBron a flagrant because of the accumulation of flagrant fouls. He ended up suspended for Game 5. Referees in that particular situation, as far as I'm concerned, had a lot to do with the series, and we don't want that to happen again. He has to recognize that's his reality because of who he is, his personality, his reputation, right or wrong. That's the situation that he's dealing with, which is why I think we should all applaud assistant coach Mike Brown for getting in his face when we originally thought that Draymond Green was going to be suspended. You could see Mike Green saying, this is on you. You did this. He was really, really getting on him and holding him accountable. And from that point forward, Draymond Green calmed down. But in the end, if Draymond Green is out there on the floor and he's being effective, and he's going to have a positive effect on Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry. And if he has a positive effect on those three, they're going to win the championship. So Draymond Green has to recognize that. He has to reminisce about what transpired last year, recognize that for the last year, people can legitimately point to his absence as potentially costing the Golden State Warriors a championship. It was forgivable under those circumstances in a lot of people's eyes because a lot of us felt that the call was completely bogus. But it wouldn't be forgivable now when you know that's the backdrop and you know to avoid it and you allow something like that to happen again. He simply has to calm himself down and put himself in check and make sure that he really galvanizes the troops. And he's not going to be able to do that if he's out of the game or on the bench because he can't control himself.
We'll see Monday night if Cleveland tries to get under his skin again. He got him a little hot and bothered right now. Will that continue? We'll find out. Stephen A. Smith, always a pleasure.